and I'm glad you mentioned the EVR. And now also, we just saw a trailer that seems like you're hinting at maybe perhaps have the mercenaries from Dust board a space station or a battle cruiser. Now, is that something that's more of a beta or just in concept stage right now?
We've been experimenting with it. We have all of the technology already in place to be able to execute that, so it's really a matter of where it's slated in our priority and our roadmap. But we are definitely working on it. It's shipboarding and being able to board different kinds of entities in EVE Online and the EVE Univers. So essentially it's not hard to conceive of creating sort of a projectile that you attach to a ship that has sort of a drill bit on it and a bay of clones, deploy it. That triggers a game mode in Dust that I've nicknamed Penetration, and then Mercs can jump in and accept the contract for that Penetration game mode and take down, help to take down a Titan, a space station, or other interesting things that we might come up with.
Now, with the graphic improvements, with the sped up load time to get into a game within 90 seconds, what are your thoughts on the power of the PS3 and what you've been able to do with that?
We're very happy with how we're pushing the PS3. We definitely believe that we've created absolutely one of the premier multiplayer experiences on the platform, and we've really been able to keep fulfilling our vision on the platform. Our vision never ends. We keep iterating, we keep adding content to it, and from what we've been experimenting with, we're able to do that on the PS3 for a very long time. That said, we have a 1-year roadmap, a 2-year roadmap, a 3-year roadmap, a 5-year roadmap, a 10-year roadmap, and we're going to continue to bring the game as a service that is Dust to whatever platform is appropriate at the time. So, as we keep working with the PS3, we really want to push it, we keep pushing it, and we keep getting better at optimizing for it and developing techniques to keep putting more and more into Dust and making it run really well, look really well, play really well on the PS3, and we're really proud of where we've gotten it to. And Sony's been a great partner. It isn't just about the hardware. It's about the PlayStation Store and the PlayStation Network and the way that we've evolved that together to really support an MMO, a game as a service, free-to-play, microtransactions, an open connection between Dust on the PS3 and EVE Online on the PC. All of these things were things that were done in close collaboration with Sony in order for us to really bring MMOs to console.
With Dust entering open beta earlier this year, how has the longtime EVE players, EVE Online players, accepting them? Are they already considering them as partners, or did they build this trust with those Dust 5.14 players yet? It's
impossible to generalize. It really depends on who you're talking about. There's people that I've talked to here at FanFest, online, through our community channels, through our social media. You have all kinds of different permutations of different types of people that engage with these products in the EVE universe in a different way. So, for example, you've got some EVE Online players that don't play shooters at all, and they're saying to us, well, but now with what you've shown at FanFest, I'm really excited because you're showing stuff like a 2D star map, you're showing stuff like a node-based skill tree. I want that in EVE. And that's a great example of how community feedback and what we're doing in Dust and what we're doing in EVE can all cross-pollinate. Obviously, if demand is strong enough, we'll absolutely look at bringing those sorts of features over to EVE. And they say, well, as you're doing this sort of stuff with Dust and the stuff it's bringing the EVE universe and EVE Online itself, I can really see how, even if I don't play Dust, it's really benefiting EVE Online. It's benefiting my experience in EVE Online, and it's benefiting, how you guys are updating the EVE universe on an ongoing basis and into the second decade. So it's really great to get that feedback because, not everyone who plays EVE Online is going to be a shooter player. So even to appreciate it at that level is great. And then, of course, you have some that don't play shooters, but they run a corp and they've recruited a Dust Corps within their corp to conduct planetary operations. So again, there's a way that a certain segment of EVE Online players, while they might not play shooters, are engaging deeply with Dust 5.14. And now that we've introduced Planetary Conquest in the hands of Dust players and EVE players, that connection is going to get even stronger. In fact, one of my favorite stories is a major alliance leader has sort of a father-son bonding thing going on in that he plays EVE Online. He's not really a good shooter player, and his son's a great shooter player. And so they really bond over him running the EVE Online side of the corporation, and his son running the Dust Corps, the planetary infantry troops, the immortal soldiers down on the ground. And that sort of collaboration is amazing. So that's another example. And then, of course, at another end of the spectrum, you have EVE Online players that are also playing Dust 5.14, and many of them are even playing it simultaneously. They're multiboxing, so they're playing EVE, they're playing Dust, they get to a point in Dust, they need an orbital strike, they turn right over to their PC, they drop it. So there's people even playing like that. And then with mobile, the possibilities to multi-box like that are getting even stronger. Whether you're playing them all simultaneously or whether you're on the go and want to interact with the EVE Universe, again, we want to provide all of these different windows into it, and we're seeing our player base and different segments of them accept all of these things and interact with them in all these different ways. And it goes the other way too. So there's people that got into the EVE Universe just by playing Dust, and some people, again, just want a great free sci-fi shooter. They jump in, they jump out, they kill stuff, and that's great. But then you have people that are going all the way down the rabbit hole into building their own corps from within Dust, collaborating with EVE Online players, and again, now that we've introduced Planetary Conquest, collaborating with them on that, and then going so far as to become EVE Online players via Dust. So we're seeing every single permutation of it.